Alright, you guys, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. And in today's episode, we're going to start off by going over some of the mods and assets that I have on my game, just so that you guys can hopefully learn a little bit about what I use and what I like and why I like them and why I think, honestly, everyone should have them. Or they should at least be in the game, but I doubt that'll ever happen. Anyways, to hop right into it, let's go straight to the mods first. And the biggest disclaimer I need to start out this episode with is that mods and assets wreak havoc on your computer, okay? They take up so much space, they take so much memory, and they can constantly fight each other and not work properly, which can cause your current cities to not be able to be played at all, or it could cause parts of your cities to actually just crash and your game just crash altogether. So if you're going to play around with mods and assets, do it before you start a city. Do not try to add it in the middle of building a city. I've done that multiple times, and each time I've had to restart and start a new city because I've messed it up so badly. So always play around with it as much as possible. Do a few test runs of starting cities and things like that before you settle down and officially say, I'm good with what I have, and go. And when you're adding even assets, you can add while you're playing a game as well, but they still can cause problems. Like there was a while there I almost stopped playing City Skylines, the city that we're doing now, because I added some assets and I couldn't figure out which ones I added, and they started causing errors to pop up left and right and made the game almost unplayable for me. I did eventually find out how to get them and remove them, so it fixed everything, but definitely make sure you do it prior. Just do it prior to save everyone the hassle. So for my mods that I have here is the all areas purchaseable, so that you can purchase all 25 areas instead of just the 9 that you're limited to in the base game. I think that it's just way better to have all areas available to you, so you can mess around with transportation more and you can just grow your city constantly compared to just being stuck in the 9x9 square. Automatic Bulldoze is life. You need it for everything in your life. So whenever you have a house or a business or an industry and someone moves out of, or it burns down, or it just gets abandoned for some reason, then it'll automatically bulldoze it, so you don't have to go through and painstakingly delete like 20,000 every time you play the game, because that's what I honestly spent most of my time doing in the base game, was just deleting abandoned buildings. Definitely, if you're going to play with very minimal mods, at least play with that one. It makes your life so much easier. After that, I have my building eyedropper tool. I have not really used this because I don't know where it is. Hotkey T. Oh my god, now I know how to use it. I should have just read the instructions. Well, learned something new. Basically, you hit T and you can copy the building and you can place the building down elsewhere, which is useful if there's a certain style house you want to copy, or if there's a certain business you want to copy, and it makes it easier than just searching through your RICO settings trying to find it. Then we have building themes. This is really just what is in the base game, I believe. There's not much to talk about there. Control building level up I was using because I didn't know how to fully use RICs. Unfortunately, now I've learned a bit more how to use RICs and tweak the settings, which I'll get into later. But this works really well if you put down, like, let's say you do a whole bunch of low density houses or low density commercial zones and you want them all to stay that way and not level up to being extremely like rich and popular high-end buildings. Then you just click on it and you hold it and make sure, like, you can click on the button, I'll show you later, that will stop it from growing, if that makes any sense. So it's definitely useful to keeping things in a certain look that you want it to be like. Control building level up, I just said that. Disable zone check. I don't remember what that does, but it does something. I might not even use it. Honestly, some of these mods I don't even remember, and I may not even use regularly, so take that with a grain of salt. And also, I'm not a mod expert or an asset expert or a City Skylines expert. I'm just having fun. So definitely do not take my word for everything aside from practice and trial and error before you start a game. That's the only thing I really want you to take away with this. I have extra landscaping tools because I like to edit the map a bit more. It just adds a little extra details that you can do here and there. Extra terrain station tracks, so I can go ahead and edit the station tracks when I put them down, but I have not gotten into that either. I need to. Find It is really awesome. It's literally just a search and you can type whatever you want and you'll find whatever item you're looking for, so that's really easy. Find Road Anarchy allows you to move the roads in extremely weird directions so that are not normal, but they're great when you want to make things closer together or farther apart, and the base game wouldn't allow you to do it. I use this almost all the time. Like half of my game just built around Fine Road Anarchy. And Fine Road Tool, yeah, that gives me more options for the tools. Like you can see how some of the roads I've changed the trees or I've changed the lights on it. That all comes from that one. Hard mode's base game, don't use it. Loading screen mod, you'll see that when I press the load button of the city, it lets you know every single asset, every single mod that you have, and what is conflicting / what is loading just fine / any problems the game might have. It's extremely useful when you download something and it's messing with your game. Then you can go back and look at that and try to pinpoint what exactly is messing with the game. More beautification just gives me more props that I can place in game. Move it, of course. Again, this with Fine Road Anarchy, I move everything like crazy to make it fit just the way I want. Network extensions, just more network extensions. I don't know if I've even really used that one too much. Same thing, network skins. You can change the appearance of things. Still haven't like dabbled with much, but I know I want to eventually. RICO mod is the big one. Definitely always want a RICO mod, and that allows you to place buildings down anywhere without having them despawn or grow or anything like that. So let's say you have a house that you found and it works with RICO, so you put the house down, it'll never grow, it'll always stay that look, and you'll know nothing will ever change with it. It's really useful when doing planned communities like I do a lot, so that you know nothing will happen to it. Precision engineering allows with angle snapping, I guess. I don't know if I particularly care about that one. Prop and tree anarchy allows you to place them everywhere you'd like. Sharp junction angles allows you to change things like your streets to be sharper than 45 degrees, which I don't do much just because it looks weird, but you can. Toggle traffic lights. This one I use a lot. Actually, no, I use traffic manager more than the toggling traffic lights. I don't even know if I really need that. But yeah, I use the traffic manager all the time. Unlimited money, nah, these are all just base game ones. And then workshop RICO settings so that I can play with RICO even more. As for assets, I have so many assets. It's crazy. I've downloaded so many. Most of the assets are buildings and props, but most of them are buildings, like different houses I found, different buildings I found, different things like that that I like. And as you can see, there's plenty to be here. The only thing, like I said, definitely play around with it first before you start a game and you get your heart set on a certain city, because you don't want to download some assets and then have the game no longer work for you and you have to start all over. So definitely practice makes perfect. Now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the game, and then I'll show you how some of these mods are in the game. And with that, this is the loading screen. So it'll pop up slowly, see how much it has to download and make it all work. Assets loading, and then eventually it'll come up with a whole list of stuff that I have deleted because I was messing around and couldn't fix things. But I've deleted some assets and it has a hard time, what's it called? Obviously it can't find it, so the game freaks out and lists them here saying, hey, we can't find these, even though they were in the game when I started it. See, not found? All of them are not found because I deleted them, and I'm not going to go back and try to find them either. Some of these are individual assets that came from like downloading one house, and it came with all these extra ones, so a lot of them you can't just find while searching into Steam, in the Steam Workshop. You have to find the original thing that had all the extra assets in it. So as we're here in the city, I can go ahead and show you guys this. This is the traffic manager that I use all the time. It is, without a doubt, the most useful thing in the entire world. You can go ahead and change parking. Let's find Butter Road parking right here. So you can allow people to park or not. I definitely like having clean streets, so usually no one can park anywhere, usually. Then you can go ahead and change this. This will do vehicle restrictions. So you click on, let's say, right here. Let's say I don't want any more garbage men, and then they will never go through here again, which is pretty useless. It's better when you're on smaller streets like here, when you want to make sure no trucks will use this or any types of buses or anything like that. This will help out a lot more to keep people from using this as a cutway to get through to another main street. Then we have speed limits. I don't really play with the speed limits too much, but you can change the speed limits on everything here. Really just depends on how in-depth you want to get. Junction restrictions are great, so you can change if they can do U-turns, if they can change lanes, if they can cross or not, things like that. All of these are options that you can mess with. Then we have nodes, which I've never really used. Oh, setting up I don't use time traffic lights. I just don't. I mostly stick to this so that they know that these guys always have to go, and then these guys have to yield, so that this street is always constantly moving compared to the side streets here. And then over here, this will clear all traffic. So let's go ahead and zoom out over here. Whenever I'm busy trying to fix a road, I will click the clear traffic build button after I've tried to fix a road. Oh God, this is so backed up. I still need to work over here more. There's no way I'm going to ever be happy with the industrial zone. And things are underwater over here. I thought I fixed that. Well, I'm going to have to fix a lot of things in this episode. So the clear traffic is really simple. All it does is clear traffic. Bye. And then they slowly pop back up again and come back out. But it's really useful, especially when you're trying to build something, or let's say you just want to start building without any traffic around. You just click clear traffic and live on pause mode, and it's the best. Then next to it we have disable despawning, which I always have it enabled, because if they're trying to go one direction and then you change the road, they'll despawn. If you disable that, they'll just keep going, which is annoying because it can cause backups like crazy. So I just always enable it so they can despawn. Then we have, of course, my lane connector, which is my favorite thing ever. It allows you to take these little, let's see if I can pick another one that hasn't been messed with. Here. So you can take these little dots here and connect them to exactly where they can go. So you're going to go there, and then you're going to go here, and then you can only go there. And same thing, this guy's going to go like this. This is a straight, actually this is going to be, yeah, because I don't want anyone to use this middle lane, really. And then over here, they can go right or straight, or they can just go straight left. Straight left, that's right for them. But it really helps because then you can direct traffic a bit more and control the way that traffic gets backed up, hopefully. Most of the time it works out well, but it does take a lot of time to do. And most of the time I just use it to make sure people understand that they cannot change lanes during like the middle of the road where they back everything up. It's easier if they just pick the right lane here and then go, you know? It'd be great if they just did that, but they're not that smart. And then we have change lane arrows, which I don't really mess with at all, but you can just change which directions they go with. Honestly, the lane connector will do that for you. So let's say I take this guy and I tell him he can go, I can't even do that. I can do that, and it does a UE. See, it changes it automatically for you. So you don't have to worry about it. But if you want, you can just change the lane directors like that as well. And then we have manual traffic lights, which I don't really use, like I said, and of course more traffic light options. This down here is the Find It mod that I was talking about. It's super easy. Let's say I want to look for Taco Bell. I have a Taco Bell asset in the game because I love Taco Bell and I need it in my life and in my games. So right here, I can just search for it and I found it. I could go to KFC. I don't have KFC. I thought I did. I do, but it's called something else. I forgot the name of it. Whatever. I usually use this for parking because my parking lots will pop up here. These guys love my parking lots. They're the #1 thing in my life. And, oh no, sometimes it gets stuck like this. I think it's just the game taking its sweet time. And it will eventually get rid of it. Hello? Why does you keep doing that? Seriously. Oh, there we go. There we go. There it goes. I'll fix. And then, of course, we have Ricks right here. RICO. Sorry. That's a terminology from my job in the real world. Ignore that. We have RICO, where you can go ahead and take all of these houses or anything you have in the RICO mod and plop them, and they will not move. So, for instance, these guys, these guys here, they're part of the RICO mod, so they will never go anywhere. And then, like I said, you could change if you were going to allow a house to grow or not. So let's find a normal house. I guess over here would be normal. Click on it. See all these right here that shows you how much they've leveled up? Let's say you just put a house down and you click on the basic, like X will show up, then they'll never go above that. So it really helps with keeping things stay the same, and then you don't have to worry about coming back through and trying to get a look of a neighborhood to stay the same every now and again. Why is this thing so backed up? Seriously, guys, why are you so backed up? Let's try to fix this real quick. Let's just let them all go. And now no one's going. Awesome. Why are they all stuck here? This is the longest and stupidest lane ever. Oh, and I figured out why these houses disappeared. Somehow I deleted them from my game, so I no longer have the assets, which is why they're no longer here. Fun fact right there. And then with oh my god, RICO. I'm not at work, I swear. You can come in here to edit different things. A lot of these are what is in the game already. So they're just kind of base models. And if you want to create them to stay in here so you can search for them easily, you have to come down to one of them. You have to click add local and then you save it and then they'll pop up down here. Now, you do have to fully exit out of the game a few times. At least I think you do, because I just did that. Oh, wait, no, they're here. Yeah, you just have to exit out the game once. So let's say I wanted this guy. I was just playing the game, and I added him to it. And I said save local. And then I exited out to the desktop, came back to the game, and now it's sitting right here, and I can use it. Let's see if I can find a street. Here we go. And now, if I place it like this, it won't go anywhere. At least it shouldn't go anywhere. Oh yeah, no water. No one's going to show up. But yeah, so that's how it works. If you want to have certain base game skins or looking things to be ploppable assets, that's how you would do it. It's really not that hard. They have a lot of helpful things on the internet aside from me. I'm not the most helpful, honestly. But that's definitely just a rundown of all the mods that I have in this game. I'm going to work off camera on getting this neighborhood back up and running. And yeah, but that's about it for this episode today, you guys. Come on, bulldoze these buildings. See this guy? Should be bulldozed in just a second. Hello? It should just disappear. Please and thank you. Please don't tell me the bulldoze mod stopped working. Oh, nope, there it goes. See? That's why you have the bulldoze mod. Makes everything so much easier. But yeah, that's all the time I have for this episode today, you guys. It really went on a little bit longer than I thought, but it was a great idea that one of my commenters told me to do in my last video. Not my last video. It was actually in one of my banished videos. They had mentioned it, and I'm trying to find their name real quick. I should have looked this up before. Also, I want to say thanks to Zaharo Zoe. I think that's how you say it. They described to me how to turn off the Discord overlay with City Skylines. Thank the Lord. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it. So thank you so much for the help with that. You are amazing. And then it was Aaron White. Aaron White said on one of my banished videos, can you make a quick mod rundown of the mods you use? So thank you, Aaron, for the great idea. I hope it was informative for everyone. I hope you did all enjoy it. And thank you all so much for watching. If you did like it, leave a like. If you have anything like to comment, don't forget to comment down below. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for the best updates on my channel for City Skylines. And as always, I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye, guys!